Hey guys, I need to give a shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video. If you're unaware of what SeatGeek is, it is an app that lets you buy tickets to concerts, to sporting events, to any sort of major thing that you want to get a ticket to. And what it does is it shows you a map of the tickets listed across all different websites, and it shows you which deal is a good deal and which deal is a bad deal, so you know if you're getting ripped off. So if you download the app and you want to go and use it to buy tickets, make sure you use my code COOGS at checkout and you will save $20 off your first order. Thanks, SeatGeek. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another team build video. Today, we are going to be doing the opposite of what we did in the previous team build. That one was the roster update upgrades build, where we basically made a squad of guys who have been upgraded throughout the year in the roster update. Like I said, this is the opposite. This is the roster update downgrades team build. So pretty self-explanatory. These are guys that have been downgraded throughout the season on the roster updates, guys who have been underperforming or for some reason had their attributes downgraded by San Diego Studios during the season. So I tried to keep most of these guys as like a downgrade from a tier. So I tried to keep most of them as like diamond to gold or gold to silver or silver to bronze or something like that. Some of them like they just weren't really that notable, so I decided to go with some guys that like people would probably want to see a little bit more. So we can start it off with a perfect example. At catcher, we're going to be using Gary Sanchez, and Gary Sanchez was at an 84 overall gold earlier in the year. He is now down to an 82. He's still very usable. Many people still use him on their ranked season squad, but there weren't really that many notable catcher downgrades this year that I could think of. There were a couple cool upgrades like Wilson Ramos and Francisco Cervelli, but as far as downgrades, there weren't a ton, so that's why I went with Gary Sanchez. All right, at first base, this was a diamond to gold downgrade, and that is Anthony Rizzo of the Chicago Cubs. Some people feel like he was wrongfully downgraded, or he was downgraded too quickly, or whatever you think. He still was a diamond and is now a gold. The other guy you could have gone with for first base is Cody Bellinger. I do have Cody Bellinger on my bench, but I figured diamond to gold is pretty notable. It's a little bit more notable than gold to silver. Second base, there were a couple different options I could go with, but I decided to go with Jonathan Schoop because he was actually at an 80 overall gold earlier in the year, and he is now at a 78 overall silver. Jonathan Schoop has had multiple almost MVP caliber seasons before with Baltimore, and then during this season he was just not playing up to his own standards. He eventually got traded to the Milwaukee Brewers, and hopefully he can find some new life there because he just wasn't hitting that well this season. But there's a couple other guys you could have gone with. Like, you could have gone with Brian Dozier for this position because he was at a gold like an 84 and 83, and then he got dropped down to an 81, but I decided to go with the guy who went from gold to silver. Okay, for third base, there's two separate options you could go with that I think most people will know of. I personally just decided to start Adrian Beltre just because he has a little bit better defense than the other guy. Beltre was a diamond. He was the lone diamond on that Rangers collection, and then he got downgraded to a gold, making the Rangers collection really easy to do. But the other guy you could go with is Justin Turner. He went from an 85 also down to an 83. He will be on my bench for this episode. Shortstop, once again, not a ton of crazy notable shortstop downgrades, at least tier wise, so I decided to go with Elvis Andrus because he did start the year as an 80 overall gold and he is now at a 79 overall silver. There's not a ton of other options you could go with here. At the outfield, there are multiple different directions you can go with, but the first one I'm going to go with is Ryan Braun. He did start the year at a gold. I can't remember if he was an 80 or an 82 or whatever, but he is now at a 78. Part of that may had to do with his position change because I think in the beginning of the year he was listed as a first baseman and now he's listed as an outfielder, but regardless, he was at a gold and he is now at a silver. In center field, one of the most recent downgrades is actually Charlie Blackmon. He was a diamond and 85. He is now at an 83. I haven't really paid attention too much to Charlie Blackmon's season this year. I don't know if he hasn't really been hitting to his, his own standards similar to Jonathan Schoop. I don't know what the issue is there, or was he downgraded too quickly? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But regardless, Charlie Blackmon was a diamond, now gold. Filling out the position players, Yoenis Cespedes. He started the year as an 84, got downgraded to an 82. He hasn't played very much this year, obviously, but he did get a 2 overall downgrade. Like I said, you could go with a guy like Tommy Pham right here, who was a gold and went down to a silver, but I decided to give myself a little bit of offense right here. I hope you can understand. And as far as the ace starting pitcher, one guy that was actually at a diamond at the beginning of the season and is now an 83 overall gold, it's Carlos Carrasco from the Cleveland Indians. I got Carlos Carrasco like 2 times as rewards. One is a World Series or a Championship Series reward, and the other was like a 12-0 event run. Looking at the rest of the squad, Dallas Keuchel was a gold earlier this year. Luis Castillo was a silver. He's now a bronze. And then I put Corey Kluber and Steven Strasburg in there because they were both higher diamonds that got downgraded to lower diamonds. So, you know, I try to keep the ace highlighting a gold, but I did throw those 2 guys in there. All right. As far as the bench, I've got Bellinger, Turner, Pham, Hosmer, and I threw my boy Joey Gallo in there. And then for the bullpen, Brett Cecil, Jake McGee, Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller was at a 91, got downgraded to a 90. Chris Davinsky, Cody Allen, Ken Giles, and Kenley Jansen. Kenley started the year at a 92. He is now at a 90. So that is a look at the team. This team still is good. I mean, if you look at the inside edge is pretty much all up on this team. So I think we'll be able to hit. Hopefully I can get an opponent that isn't that great of a pitcher and we can hit some dingers. Let's get into it. Okay, boys, we're taking on the University of North Carolina, the Tar Heels. We got Anibal Sanchez on the mound. We're facing Adam Jones, Chase Utley, Yasmani Grandal, JD Martinez, Gary Carter, Mark Reynolds, Ben Zobrist, and Nelson Cruz. And of course, the lineup that I already showed you guys. And we did land on Carlos Carrasco, so I'm kind of happy about that. I mean, obviously, I would have liked to have landed on, you know, who were the other guys? Corey Kluber and Steven Strasburg, but I think for this video's sake, I think it's appropriate that we use Carrasco. Oh, Jonathan Scope just missed that off the dive. Good effort, but that's a leadoff base hit for Adam Jones. This isn't looking good, boys. We just hit Chase Utley. He's got 2 guys on now. 3 straight base hits. I'm not throwing home, I'm throwing to third. Come on, get him out, get him out. At least get 1 here. All right, we got an out of that. He did get a run, but man, Carrasco is not off to a good start. That is 4 straight hits. Yo, what is up with the first inning recently being brutal for me? I thought he was going to hit that out. I even tried to get that as close to the dirt as I could, and he still hit that with a force. All right, there we go. Ball 4 with Chuck Nasty. Come on, let's get our own little rally going. Ryan Braun, yo, he got a pitch to drive. How is that not hit harder? Was I really underneath that? Oh, I was off to the side. Oh, okay. Never mind. Ball 4, second walk. All right, I don't need to get any hits if he just continues to put guys on. Oh, but what do you know? The double play king comes out in full force and ends the inning. This is my life. This is what I deal with every day. Crush the ball. Right to somebody. Story of my life. Like, look at that. I'm just not even gonna say anything anymore. Wow. 108. I mean, that was a bad pitch. That was a terrible pitch. One of the worst pitches I've ever thrown. My God. You can't just, your jaw just can't not drop when you saw that ball fly. Biggest thing to take away so far from this game, he is not missing his opportunities, and I'm pretty much missing all of mine. That's the story so far. Oh my God, yo, that's the one. Look at that PCI placement, dude. It's one or the other, dude. It's either the timing or the contact. Something's always off with me, man. There we go. Gary Sanchez still got on base. It wasn't a home run, but it's still a base runner. There we go. That's got to be gone. That is a power swing on a hanging slider. If that's not gone, I don't know what you got to do to hit. What do you have to do to hit a freaking, at least a double? Look at this. Look at that, dude. This is why I don't get this game, man. This is why. Oh my god. I'm not gonna get mad over this, dude. It's August. This game blows, so whatever. Just gonna move on. I'm sorry, guys. I know everybody knows what the problems are of this year's game. I know I continue to bring them up like every video. It's tough for me to play this game year round. That's all I'm trying to say. Here we go. Our pitching is not bad. Like, we're still pitching pretty well for the most part in this game. You know, just one bad first inning. He's only scored 1 run since then, so, you know, we're still in this game. I gotta score a run. Take one for the team, Gary. It's a splitter. It's not gonna hurt that bad. Or do that. Maybe I'm happy that you actually, like, you know, got out of the box, because then you did that. That ball was... Yo, did that go over the scoreboard? 436. All right, 3-run game. There it is. There's Harmon Killebrew. Dude's just too powerful against lefties. I couldn't change. I brought in the lefty. He brought Killebrew off the bench. But I brought the pitcher in first, so I couldn't change all right there. I had to face him. I had no choice. Got this 83 Nolan Ryan in. Just looking for like a fastball down and in or something like that. Try to get a little launch angle on it. See what happens. That's exactly what we got, too. We got that fastball. Gary Sanchez, of course, is responsible for both of our runs today. He's going to Edwin Diaz. But look at that swing, man. That just makes sense. A power swing, good, the ball flies. Like, that makes sense. This one, oh, ground ball. I think I might have been a little bit on top of that one for sure, though. 1 out. Good pitch. Very, very good fastball right there. That should be the end of the game, unless it's going to fall there. Nope. Nelson Cruz makes the play. GG. He capitalized on his own opportunities. I made a little bit too many mistakes. You know, I had a couple good swings that didn't get rewarded, but overall, I don't think it would have resulted in me scoring 5 runs anyway, so it is what it is, man. GG. The roster update, downgrade team didn't do that well. A couple guys did well. Jonathan Scope had 2 hits. Elvis Andrus had a hit. Gary Sanchez, 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, but I think we all know that Gary Sanchez is not the guy you picture when you think of roster downgrade team. It's just he happened to fit the mold, but either way, man, I don't care. I don't care that I lost. It's whatever. It's August. GG to my opponent. Drop a thumbs up on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know what other team builds you guys would like to see on the channel. And that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.